Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, wherever you are. This is Edwin Abor with Ed Travels. I took the lead travel blog, and this is the COVID update for April 19th, 2020. I'm coming to you from Lapu Lapu City, Cebu province in the Philippines. And hey, how are you doing as we deal with this thing? I'm going to change the format a little bit today. I'm not going to go in depth into the numbers for several reasons. Um, the numbers aren't completely accurate. I just don't want to focus on numbers. I want to focus on how we deal with this virus. But just to give you an idea, worldwide we're over 2.3 million cases with almost 70,000 confirmed deaths. The United States accounts for about 40,000 of those deaths, which is unbelievable. And America is like at something like 730,000 confirmed cases, getting closer. We're inching towards a million, unfortunately. And here in the Philippines, we're over 6,000 cases with almost 400 deaths. As this thing continues to develop and it just grows and grows and grows, and with the advent of more and more testing, therefore you're going to have more and more cases. And that's unfortunate. And speaking of new cases, here in Cebu, here in Lapu Lapu, we went from 4 cases to 10. So we've more than doubled, but that's still not as bad as Cebu City across the bridge, because they went from, they had 23, then they had 84, now they're well over 150, 160 cases with what happened in Barangay Luz. And they're combating it. And in order to combat it, you isolate the place that has a large positive testing and infection rate, and then you isolate, you test, you try to treat, you try to contain it. You do contact tracing to find out where these infected people, who they talked to, who they interacted with, and you go test them. So I do have to give a lot of credit to President Duterte, to Gwendolyn Garcia, to the mayors of the individual cities and the barangay captains for trying to do their best to keep this thing contained as best we can. Speaking of that, we've had more of a lockdown, more of an enhanced community quarantine where we can't leave the barangay. There are 2 checkpoints. There's one up this way by H Mall, which is still within the barangay. So I can go past that one and go to the Pharmacy 360, the 7-Eleven. There's an ATM, a World Bank ATM, I believe. Now down the other way to the adjacent barangay, which is the Tog barangay, I don't have a pass to get through that. So I can't go from barangay to access the Save More on Maribago Road. So I was able to do that just a few days ago. There's a huge mental, first of all, and economic impact about this virus. Here in the Philippines, you've basically taken away a majority of the people's way to earn a living. Now, the Sari Sari store, the little shop across the street that serves food and little supplies, and then there's the hawker stalls that are right down here that sell the fresh fish and vegetables and eggs. I mean, they've been steady throughout the whole thing. But it's the trike drivers, the jeepney drivers, the motorcycle drivers, the hobble drivers. Those people are shut down. But I'm starting to see a little bit of social, people are just bucking it. You know what I'm saying? They're driving people on the tricycles. They're driving people in jeepneys. More and more, I see it more and more every day, going against what the government says. But I can understand why. I don't agree with it. I don't condone it, but I understand why. They've gone a month without making any money. They don't have savings to fall back on. They don't live month to month. They live day to day. So I can understand that. You got families to take care of. I've been blessed enough, even with my friends in the United States, to the Duganite crew, my family, I love you guys, that have been able to start sending donations that I turn around and I use to go buy food, and then I give it out to select local people here and to the families directly. And there's information for that in the description below, the Day in the Flow food drive. But that's something that I'm doing to give back, to keep myself engaged and to help people. that just need food. And if I was able to do it outside the barangay, but right now it's had to be inside the barangay, but there's still a lot of need inside this barangay. Um, we have to stay connected. We have to stay involved. And to my friend Sammy, I love you, darling. Beautiful woman, absolutely beautiful spirit who contacted me and shared some information about people like her and I hope she doesn't mind. And we deal with depression and anxiety, PTSD, things of that nature, and how we can get together and we can share experience, strength, and hope. To my friend Cameron Wilson, you helped me through an extremely difficult part of my life. You were a loving, open person to talk to. You helped me navigate through some very tough things, and when you went to Australia to deal with your issues, I was really worried about you, brother. But it was so good the other day to see you back, in that group and the crisis, the crisis group that you have on Facebook. And I'm going to put that link below as well, because Cameron is a wonderful person and everybody in that group is all about helping each other through the challenges that we deal with. So Cameron, I'm glad that you're doing better, mate, and I love you, and thank you so much for all of that. It really, really means a lot, and that's part of staying connected. My friend Rhonda Butler, I pray for your friend that she recovers. I'm sorry about the friends that you lost, and people, flight attendants, Rhonda, all the flight attendants that I know, you should be considered frontliners because you're stuck in that metal tube at 35,000 feet with people that are potentially sick. So I pray for all of you, because the friendly skies ain't as friendly as they used to be now. Lord knows that. I'm still working with the Day in the Flow food drive. We're handing out food. We fed several families. I touched on that earlier. Just working hard to stay connected, to stay relevant, to stay positive, to help people. That's what it's about. You can't fill someone else's glass if yours isn't full, so you need to take care of yourself. Self-care, self-love, self-maintenance, self-awareness. And understand where you are here. And like I did in my video the other day, it's okay to have those issues. It's okay sometimes to be burned out. It's okay sometimes to disconnect digitally from this world. Stop looking at that BS on social media all the time and the woe is me and all of this and the numbers ain't right and it's a conspiracy and 5G and the corona was set to kill. All of that. You can go down this rabbit hole mentally that is absolutely toxic. Garbage in, garbage out. Just like a computer. You put in bad info, you get out bad results. You wake up in the morning, the first thing you listen to is what somebody's talking out of their fourth point of contact, and anybody that's airborne knows what your fourth point of contact is. You sit on it every day. Those people are talking out of that area. Don't listen. Because it starts to sink into your mind, and then it starts to manifest itself in your emotions and your feelings, so let that go. Control is an exercise of the ego. You don't control anything. Only thing you can do is control how you react to what happens in this world. I just want to make sure I touch on what I wanted to touch on. This is a little bit of a different video. We're dealing with it here. You dealing with it there. And I do have to say this. I am embarrassed in my country, in the United States right now. I love that country. I served in the United States military proudly in times of war, in times of peace. The country, the United States, gave me and my family hope. When we fled Idi Amin from Uganda and got a brand new start, and I wouldn't be where I was if I didn't have a chance to come to the United States. I love the country, but I just don't love the landlord. And yesterday was a very sad day for me and a turning point for me when we have the President of the United States calling for armed uprising against a publicly and duly elected statewide government because you have political stuff that you have to do. You crossed the line, sir. At least with me. At least with me. And everybody knows I go out of my way not to get political in these videos, but this ain't political. This is human. That was downright dirty. For all of these people that claim, oh yeah, Black Lives Matter and black people are getting killed and all of this, they need to follow the rules. The immigrants that are coming across the border illegally, they need to follow the rules. And then yesterday you sit back and say, hey, we don't have to follow the rules. It's ridiculous. But it's easy to get caught up in that. We need to stay focused on loving each other and finding a way to make it through this. I spoke about it because it's a reality, and I try to keep it 100% real on this channel. I'm not going to live in that world, and I'm not going to dwell on that. What I'm going to dwell on is that I'm here for you. All the people that left me comments, positive or negative, it doesn't matter. Just stay engaged. For all of the people that subscribe, Gabe, Jericho Espinoza, I remember those names. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And to Cheryl King, my queen, thank you so much, Miss Queen Lady. Sierra and Devonna, and you know, all just thank you for the overwhelming love and support. And if you don't mind, if you can click on the subscribe button, click the bell icon, like the video, give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate that. This thing is growing. It's getting better. The network is expanding. Just like the virus expand, let's let the love expand. Let's let the networking expand. You're going to be okay. And it's okay not to be okay right now. But throughout all of that, please be encouraged. Be encouraged that this one day is going to pass. This too shall pass. Again, I love all of you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. This is Edwin Umber with Ed Travels. I Took the Leap Travel Blog, and I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Namaste.